I had to fix email deliverability for an e-commerce brand using Klaviyo today. Here's exactly what I would do step by step. Most brands think their emails are landing in their inbox, but in reality, a huge percentage of them are ending up in spam or the promotions tab. And the worst part, your analytics in Klaviyo might be even lying to you. So let me walk you through the exact process we use to fix email deliverability for our clients. I've created a short presentation that we can now go through. And the first thing that is important is to look at some client results for us. So here this client has a deliverability score of 86, this one 81, and this one here of 80. And then if we look at the stats, the open rate is really high, the click-through rates are really high, the bounce rate is low, and the unsubscribe rate is also pretty low. Spam complaint rate is also way under the recommended threshold. So let's go and talk about why email deliverability matters more than you think. Just think about if you receive the same exact email from the exact same sender, and one lands in your inbox, one in your promotions tab, and one in your spam folder, then the one that you receive or that lands in your spam folder, will just delete it. Doesn't matter. The one that you receive in your promotions tab, you might be seeing it, but you won't really pay a lot of attention to it because you have tons and tons of emails in your promotions tab, and most of them that just want to sell you something. But the one that lands in your inbox, the chances of you opening this email, chances of you maybe even being interested in clicking this email, and the chances of you really taking this email serious will be a lot higher than if the same exact email from the same exact sender would land in your promotions tab or even in your spam folder. So if you are able to get your emails to land in the inbox of your customers and subscribers, your open rates will increase, your click rates will increase, your conversion rate will increase, and it will just create this sender trust that I've just talked about. And if you're not, then what happens? The email gets ignored or deleted, you'll have low engagement signals, it damages your sender reputation, and it erodes your email revenue over time. Step one to fix email deliverability is to check the inbox provider performance. And the way that we do that is by opening an email campaign. Then we click here on deliverability, and then we scroll down, and we see the performance by inbox provider. And what we can clearly see is that Hotmail has just an open rate of 10.5%. Apple has an open rate of 6%, but Gmail has a 44% open rate. The other inboxes have an open rate of 47%, and Verizon has an open rate of over 51%. So just by looking at these stats, we know that we have huge deliverability issues with Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple. That's the first thing that we need to understand. Now, once we understood that, what we can do is we can re-engage Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple inboxes by excluding them from normal email campaigns, creating a very small segment of high engaged Hotmail and Outlook segments, and then just sending emails to this high engaged segment of Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple, where we know they will open the email because they have purchased in the last 5 days, or they have opened and clicked emails in the past 5 days. And when we do that for a long enough time, for a week or 2 weeks, then Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple will trust us again because they see we have 50, 55, 60% open rates when we're sending emails to their profiles. So they will let us send more emails to them and we can get out of the spam folder. But here you can clearly see we're landing in the spam folder. And the way that we would do and fix this would be to create small high engaged segments for Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple. Send one email campaign to your normal segment that you send emails to, but exclude Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple profiles. Then create a new high engaged segment of Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple profiles. Send to those very slowly, maybe engage 3 or engage 5 for a few days until you have 50% open rates all the time. And then you can increase it a little bit and you can increase it a little bit as long as you're getting out of the spam folder. And this way you can reach more people, because if Hotmail, Outlook, and Apple are probably one of the biggest inboxes that you're sending emails to. And if all of your emails are going to spam and you have a 10% open rate or even a 6% open rate, then you're losing a lot of potential revenue. And this is why you need to fix it. And this would be the first strategy or the first thing that we would do. The second step is to run a deliverability test. It's good that you can click on your campaign and then the deliverability tab, and then you can see what your performance is across different inbox providers. But even better is to send a deliverability test to be more granular and see what other inboxes are affected and how and what kind of issues this deliverability tool has detected, so you can fix those issues and improve your email deliverability. And the way that you're doing it is by using a tool called GlockApps. GlockApps is free, so you can just use it twice per month and do what is called a seedless test. And with the seedless test, you can see exactly how you can increase email deliverability and where you have issues and what kind of inboxes. Here we are in GlockApps, and we will look at a test that we've done. So here we see the inbox placement rate, 44%, promotions tab, 9.6%, 39% was landing in spam, and 6% was completely missing. And once you look at the results, you can also see the IPs that have blacklisted you, and you can ask them to whitelist you again, so your emails will be sent. Then you can see if your DKIM and DMARC records are set up. You can see what Google spam filter thinks about you, and then you can see all of these email providers and see, for example, spam 15%. Okay, let's open this up, and you have issues with Google Workspace if it's 4 years old or up to 6 months old. A bunch more. In France, you have issues with Outlook.fr. In Germany, you have issues with Outlook.de. And then you can slowly fix these issues and increase your email deliverability in general. But this is a really good tool. And then you can also click here on content analysis, and it will tell you what you can improve. So for example, if we go in here, it says alt attribute is missing for this image, which is causing a little bit of issues. And then you can also see all of these warnings here and what you can improve. And once you do all of these improvements, your email deliverability will improve, and your emails will be delivered in the inbox of your customers and subscribers, not in the promotions tab or the spam folder, or you will at least increase your chances of it. So if you want help fixing email deliverability, click the first link in the description. If your brand qualifies, we will run a free deliverability audit and show you exactly what's hurting your inbox placement right now and how you can improve your email deliverability. It will only take a few minutes. You just have to give us access, and then we will give you a clear breakdown of the biggest issues and the exact steps and the order we would take to fix them. Step number 3 is to send to smaller segments. The issue that I'm seeing with a lot of e-commerce brands is that they are sending their emails to the entire list. And of course, it makes sense. If you're sending a message to 10,000 people or you're sending it to 100,000 people, the likelihood of you generating more revenue by sending the message to 100,000 people is high. But with emails, it's different. Because if you're sending to 100,000 people and your emails are landing in the promotions tab or in the spam folder, then who cares? Nobody sees your emails. And unless they're not seeing your emails, they will not buy from them either. So you need to send to a highly engaged segment of people who are interacting with your emails. And especially the issue is with Klaviyo, because there is something called Apple privacy protection. So Apple will open emails automatically just to check the content of the emails. And Klaviyo will use that and will say, yeah, it's an open, and it will show a higher number as your open rate of the email campaign or the email in your flow. And this way, the numbers that you're seeing in Klaviyo, so your open rate is inflated because it's not the truth. The person has not opened the email. It was Apple that opened the email. So it doesn't really matter. And Apple will not count this towards an actual open. It will only count it as an actual open once the person itself has actually opened it. So when you're sending an email and you have a 30% open rate, in reality, it's maybe a 22 to 23% open rate, but not a 30% open rate. And so what you need to do is you need to create a highly engaged segment of people who are actively interacting with your emails. And once in a while, you can send to a large list or to your entire email list, but not too often. So what we're doing is we're creating small segments of highly engaged people that have engaged with your emails in the last 30 days. So maybe they have opened or clicked your email in the last 30 days. Then we will send an email campaign to them. And we will check the open rate. And if the open rate is at 40 to 45%, perfect. That's the exact target that you want to hit. If it's above 50%, we will try to increase the segment size to maybe engage 60. Send an email to engage 60. And then we will look at the open rate. If the open rate is again over 50%, we will try to create a segment that is bigger, maybe engage 90, to send to even more people until we are at this 40 to 45% open rate benchmark. And if we're seeing that, for example, we're sending to engage 90 and the open rate is 30%, we need to go down to engage 60. Send to engage 60, see if the open rate is at 40 to 45%. If not, decrease it even more until we stabilize and improve email deliverability. But this is really important because it doesn't matter how many emails you're sending. It's about if people are actually seeing your emails, if they're actually valuing your emails, if they're actually interacting with your emails by clicking them and buying from your emails. Step 4 to improve your email deliverability is to run a giveaway engagement campaign. So here we have a great example of how this can look like. We're giving away 2 all flavor sample sets, 12 bars to 1 lucky winner. Win for yourself and send a second set to a friend of your choice. Want in, it's simple. Reply to this email with the flavor you want us to create next, and your name goes into the pot once. So we want him to reply. The second is increase your chances, move this email to your inbox, and we will enter your name 3 times. So we want him to move us to the inbox. And the third is max out your odds, save us as a contact, send us a screenshot as proof, and we will enter your name 5 times. So what we're trying to do with this is to get a lot of positive signals sent to inbox providers. If someone replies to our email, or they move us to the inbox, or they save us as a contact, all the future emails will land in the inbox, not in the promotions tab, and also not in the spam folder anymore. So, and once we do that, we will give a push of positive signals to all inbox providers, and they will see a bunch of people replying to your email, moving us to the inbox, or saving us as a contact, and they will think that we are a good sender with a good reputation, and this is why more of our emails will land in their inbox. And all the people that are doing each one of these will also only receive our emails in their inbox. And so this is what we want to do. And so how it works is reply is really good if they're doing it, but if they reply and move us to their inbox, it's even better. And if they save us as a contact, it's the best thing that they can do, and it will lead to our emails only landing in the inbox of these customers and subscribers, and it will also in general increase the chances of our emails landing in the inbox and not in the spam folder or the promotions tab anymore. So this is a really good email campaign that we're not only sending out to the email list of our clients, but also we're having it in a post-purchase flow, for example. So whoever goes through the post-purchase flow does one of these things, and then in the future, our emails will only land in their inbox and not in the promotions tab or spam folder anymore. Here's what I just mentioned before. So if you get all of these positive signals, it will improve your email deliverability. And the 3 things that fix your email deliverability are: fix your spam placement issues, send to smaller segments, and generate real engagement by using this giveaway campaign that I just showed you. If this video was useful and you could learn a few things about how to improve your email deliverability, but you're not really sure how you can improve your email deliverability specifically for your own brand, then you can apply for our free deliverability audit. Just click the first link in the description. And if your brand qualifies, we'll run a free deliverability audit and show you the specific things that are lowering your open rates and hurting your email revenue. And it's completely free. We just need access, and you'll get a step-by-step plan for improving your email deliverability with the exact issues called out and fixes explained clearly, so you can just do it yourself. So if you're interested in that, just click the first link in the description. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos about email marketing and email deliverability. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.